Is the market, oh, is the bull market over? Is Aerodrome going to zero? Let's talk about guys today and why it's been a fairly crazy run. The last couple of days has been very difficult for anybody who is FOMOing into this market. If you came in late, this is the price that you're paying because honestly, you came in late, right? Now, fortunately for me and for a lot of my members, we came in early last year. So even though the price of coins like Aerodrome is down about 40-50% from that $2 mark, I'm still in profit. And the reason is very simple, is because we got in way earlier than a lot of people. That's not to say that I'm not hurting, but it is what I call coming in late to the party. So for the last month, you guys carefully, these are actual discounts. We got coins like Filecoin, SUI, Injective down 32, OP, Optimism's down 21, and so on. In fact, the meme coins literally were marking the top. And I was mentioning that on X, that the meme coins are late cycle pumps. And so people who came in getting sucked into the meme coin craze basically are now paying the price for that. Now, I'm not here to tell anyone when to buy, when to sell. I'm here talking about what I am doing. And one of the things I see a lot is people now selling coins because the price is going down. And this is the time when you should technically be doing something different. And the reason is because these are deep discounts that most likely will get re-rated later down the year. Now, you have to remember where we were for the past year. This is actually the price for a whole year. You're still up, okay? So, for example, Solana is still up 478% in 1 year. So, technically speaking, if you got in last year, in 2023, you are still up quite substantially. In fact, coins like Maker, Floki, Bonk, I mean, the returns are pretty insane. So I think it's important to talk about why these coins are going up and people who are now FOMOing in are paying the price. And so Bitcoin is, for the day, let me give you the year here for Bitcoin. Bitcoin's still up 100% from the year, right? And obviously for the day, and for the week, it looks real bad. But if you zoom out a little bit, you can see that we're still in the green regardless. Okay, so what's my strategy at this moment? My strategy is still just to kind of accumulate, after these dips. This is not something new that has not happened before. Crypto is a very highly speculative asset class, and I think everybody here should consult a financial advisor whenever you're buying or selling things. One thing I do want to mention is that when you are late to anything, you always get the scraps. Okay, nobody comes in late expecting to basically do everything and get the same treatment as someone who came in early. Now, obviously people are upset and people are going to say, oh, look, I'm dumping or whatever the case is. But I'm going to tell you guys right now that it is very, very possible that we dump to a specific price and before we go to 100K. And the reason is because if you take a look at what's happening in the month of April, we literally had 7 months of green for Bitcoin. Now, let me repeat that one more time. 7 months of green, you are going to get red at some point because we just cannot continue going up indefinitely. So my personal guess is we're probably going to see a little bit more red in these next 2 months. This is a buying opportunity. This is not a time to sell. When you should have been selling was here in January through March. And it's easier said than done because most people don't want to sell because they're FOMOing in here in March and February, hoping that the run's going to continue. But my personal guess is we're probably going to get more pain before we get more gain. So what I'm going to be doing here is strategically look at projects that I think are still undervalued, Aerodrome being one of them, and then accumulating that in the summer. And hopefully the last 4 or 5 months of the year, that's when I'm going to start to have my gains. And I usually don't do what most people do, which is try to buy high and try to, dump before I lose my money. You should always be buying aggressively. So this is the time to buy. This is the time to sell. And a lot of people get that reversed. They want to buy when the coast is clear. When the coast is clear, it is already too late. You are late to the party. And right now, you're going to get a lot of deep discounts in the coming days, including Bitcoin and Ethereum. And most people are probably going to never buy it because they want the coin to pump before they get in. They want to make sure that they're not buying catching a falling knife. And I'm going to tell you guys one last thing, because I know this is going to be a short video, but fact is that you do not want to go to cash in a crisis, okay? In other words, if we get into a crisis in the next couple of months, you want to be able to have cash available to buy. And normally people go to cash to alleviate the stress of downward prices because they can't handle the pain. The pain of losing money is too great. And so what happens is that they need to get back in later. And the problem here is when to get back in. When do you deploy more capital? And the problem is that to buy back when things have cleared up usually means that the prices have already gone up a lot. And so now we're repeating the same problem, which is buy high and sell low. So at the moment right now, you should be raising cash, deploying cash so that you can buy more coins. That's the strategy. It's not to sell to avoid pain. And so when people ask me, am I having pain for Arrow at $2 from here to, yeah, absolutely. But I'm not necessarily upset over there. I'm actually very excited because now I get Arrow at a 50% discount. So I think it's important to understand that day-to-day stuff doesn't really matter. Long-term it has the project rugged. Is it a scam? Is it fraud? And the answer is, so far from my calculations, it's not. The other component to that is Aerodrome going to go back to $2? I don't know personally, but if we get into a bull market in the next couple of months again, I don't think that it's going to stay at $1. That's all I know. But who knows, right? So that's the risk that you take. The other thing I want to mention is that we are technically going back to Bitcoin, Ethereum. So the altcoin season basically finished with the meme coins. Some people are going to say, well, Ethereum never really had a cycle. And I don't necessarily follow this to a T. I know that it does follow a very specific pattern, but it doesn't have to go through Ethereum. It can actually skip it. And what I saw for the last couple of weeks was meme coins taking the headlines. And that usually, 99% of the time, is the end of a current cycle. So unless we are going to zero, which I don't think we are, we're going to cycle right back into Bitcoin in the coming months. And I'll be working with my members to discuss some strategies on how to go about and play this. So hopefully you guys tune in and we'll be talking about that in the coming weeks. So I hope you enjoyed this video and I'll see you guys next time.